Before science and technology, our hidden camera was lightning. You're welcome, viewers. In my last video, I promised to go to a new tabloid. After that, I realized that I hadn't quite finished with the issue of February 25th of February 3rd to 5th, 2003, in which we dealt with, in which our last story was the great mistake, as told to Richard Ametichi. I realized the next one I should have gone to is rather religious corner, and that borders very much on my channel. What my channel is meant to relate to people concerns religion. So let's go to that. Religious corners, then Bible quiz. Okay, ways of disobedience. Religious corner, ways of disobedience. Then Bible quiz. Let's go. Ways of disobedience. You may be wondering why. So you may be wondering by now why an entire lesson should be devoted to the relation of faith and obedience. The reason is that many people disobey God's words without actually realizing that they are doing so. Of course, yes. The Bible teaches that we may disobey God in three principal ways. Way number one, by doing what God has forbidden. Explanation. The obvious way in which we may disobey God is in doing that which he has specifically condemned. Full stop. Adam and Eve rebelled against God in this way by eating the forbidden fruit. Genesis 2:17. The same principle holds true in the New Testament. After listening to the words of the flesh, Paul said, they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of God. Galatians 5:19-21. Point number two. Number two, James said, therefore, to him that knoweth to do good and does it not, to him it is sin. James 4:17. Full stop. Even if a command of God should seem useless and unnecessary, it must be kept if we are to be saved. I love that. We find some of the commands as being unnecessary. They are not really unnecessary. We must obey them. Who is the writer? Apparently, it's not there. Let me go and then see. Readers are reminded to submit the... Okay. The writer's name is not there, but... Okay, let's go on. Even if a command of God should seem useless and unnecessary, it must be kept if we are to be saved. Full stop. The Bible says that God does not think as men do. Of course, the quotation, Isaiah 55:8-9. Many commands which men have rejected as unimportant are of vast importance in the eyes of God, or else he would not have given them. Naaman, the leper, is a classic example of this type of disobedience. 2 Kings 5:1-4. 2 Kings 5:1-4. When he first heard the command of God to dip himself in the Jordan River, 7 times in order to cure his leprosy. He refused on the grounds that such a command was unnecessary. He even went away in a rage. Okay. Fortunately for Naaman, however, he repented in time, obeyed God's silly command, silly in inverted commas, God, obeyed God's silly command, and was cleansed of his infirmity. Full stop. Truly, the wisdom of this word is foolishness with God. 1 Corinthians 3 to 19. There have been numerous times in history in which men have chosen to disobey many of Christ's commands. Full stop. Simply because a religious leader, a church, or a religious council may choose to do so, however, does not make it right in the sight of God. Okay, we go to number 3. Third way of rejecting God's command, number 3. By acting without God's authority. By acting without God's authority. Let's see what's there. A third method of disobedience, a third method of disobedience lies in taking authority, which rightfully belongs only to the Lord. This includes two principal areas. Area 1, in substituting similar human commands for the commands of God. And area 2, in adding commands and practices to the gospel plan for which we have no authority in the scriptures. Full stop. Jesus spoke of the sin in these words, but in vain they do worship me, teaching for doctrines the commandments of men. Matthew 15:9. Full stop. Throughout the eyes, throughout throughout the ages, men have felt in their right. Throughout the ages, men have felt it their right to add anything to God's word and worship, which He has not specifically condemned. Full stop. In every age, however, the Lord has condemned this attitude. 15 centuries before Christ, 15 centuries before Christ, Moses wrote, "Ye shall not add unto that which I command you, neither shall ye diminish aught from it, but ye may keep the commandments of the Lord your God, which I command you." Deuteronomy 4:2. Full stop. In the New Testament, the Apostle John said, If any man shall add, if any man shall add unto these things, God shall add unto him the plagues that are written in this book. And if any man should take away from the words of the book of this prophecy, God shall take away his part out of the book of life. Revelation 22:18-19. May we always have the courage to lay aside every human command and practice, and practice to accept only those religious acts and doctrines from which we can find authority in the New Testament. Okay, let me go to Bible quiz. Let's see. From the Pharisees and Sadducees, what fruits did John the Baptist demand? Question 1. Question 2. How did Jesus heal the man with withered hand? Question 3. Of what did God make a rainbow a token? Question 4. On what occasion did Moses say, "Would God that all the Lord's people were prophets"? Question 5. What question was asked when King Saul began to prophesy? after Samuel had told him that he was to be king. Let me repeat that. What question was asked when King Saul began to prophesy that Samuel had told him that he was to be king? Question 6. Who supplied timber for the construction of the Jerusalem temple? Question 7. Who caused a widow's vessels to be filled miraculously with oil for her to live on? Question 8. Who said this, and where can it be found? When my father and my mother forsake me, then the Lord will take me up. Question 9. Question 9. How was Saul indicated as the king? Question 10. Question 10. When did Jesus cook a meal for his disciples? Send your answers to ministry. Kojo Aqua Bine, PO Box 14561, Accra. Do remember to write your name and address on your question sheets. Always quote Bible text to support your answers. There will be a draw for 3 winners who get all the answers correct, and they will win a copy of the Bible each. So I think now we can put this paper aside and go to the next paper. Yes, there is enough time. Let's go to the next paper or the next tablet if you like. It is still PMP, the issue being 493, February 10 to 12, 2003. Price 1,000. Apparently, we skipped one because between February 5th and February 9th, the paper is not with me. I probably didn't get it to buy. Sometimes it's hot cake in those days in certain areas. So I probably didn't get the issue of 6 to 9, but rather got the third issue. Okay, let's call it the third issue, which is this one, which is 10 to 12. And let me show you. Snakes, vulture, attack pastor. Snake, vulture, attack pastor. That's the cover page. We go to pages 2 and 3. Yes, here they are. You can see a two-headed man there. And then page 3, snakes, vulture, attack pastor. Okay, we've read it already. Okay. Director of passports, Duke. Then apology. Let's go to pages 4 and 5, I suppose. Yes. Pages 4 and 5. Dandruff. It's also, I think it's ladies' column. Pages 4 and 5. Page is 4. Now we go to 5. Coping with life. Let's go to pages 6 and 7. Sorry. So we have page 6. But I think I cut off page. There it's here. Pages 6 and 7. They are here. Mother's cause Antiadisa advises you. Pages 6 and 7. Yes, 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 pages 6 and 7. The entrepreneur, and then relationships, and that's page 8, pages 8 and 9. Then pages 10 and 12. Consider the end. Share a thought. I love this column. Share a thought is inspirational. It's an inspirational script. Then, when love turns sour, part 1, campus life. So the other campus life of 3 to 5, we haven't been able to continue it. I don't know if we get it. If we get it, fine. But this is another part 1 of another story. Then we have She Deceived Me. Then honesty is the best policy. The rest, sports, I think sports and entertainment. Mhm. The rest are about sports and entertainment. Now, nothing to make it again. Okay, let's go to the stories now. Pages 2 are always dealing with foreign news. I mean, foreign to Ghana, or foreign to our part of the world, the African world or West African world, if you like. Scientists prove man evolved from rats and not from monkeys. I tell you, these scientists are going astray, far, 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 far away astray. Dilal al Mubin, the Quran says, Dilal al Mubin. They are going manifestly astray. I say neither of them. Scientists prove man evolved from rats and not monkeys. Both of them are wrong. Those who say they are from monkeys, those who say they are right, they are still in the same path. Eh? But let's read it. Excited scientists have proved it beyond the shadow of a doubt. Man didn't evolve from monkeys, but evolved from dirty, filthy, garbage eating rats. Wow, I love that. But evolved from dirty, filthy, garbage eating rats. Can you hear that? And do you believe it? Okay, paragraph. Researchers at the Hunan Institute of Natural History. Hunan is spelled Hunan, but I think it's human. It's rather Human. Okay, so let me correct it to human. If I'm wrong, forgive me, please. Researchers at the Human Institute of Natural History say they are zeroed in on a fury four-legged scavenger that lived 125 million years ago, and both modern humans and modern rats are its huge, UGH, stroke, kissing consonants, and both are its uh, kissing cousins. Full stop. We share we share so much genetic information, jokes Dr. Yin Chao In. I think that is a Chinese name. I may be wrong, but I see it to be a Chinese name. Jokes Dr. Yin Chong Lin, in inverted commas, that it's surprising we don't sprout whiskers, tails, and long front teeth. Jokes aside, jokes aside, and on a far more serious note, this is new. On a far more serious note, this new discovery will turn theories of human evolution on their ears. Full stop. For one thing, monkeys, chimps, and primates would now seem to be completely out of the picture, for we've got a new line of creatures to compare ourselves with. Dash, rats, mice, even bats, which are all closely related. So this can come on with crazy theories. Hmm? Okay. Uh, well, I think they're only playing with the brain that God has given them. God has given us brain, and they're just making experiments with these brains. Hmm? Okay. Found in a quarry in China. I tell it's a Chinese name. Found in a quarry in China, where many dinosaur remains have been uncovered, a pair of Adam and Eve rats, as some newspapers are calling them, piqued, piqued the interest of researchers of, of researchers from several countries. I think it's from. It should be from. It's spelled FORM. So let me replace it by from. Of interest of researchers from several countries, including China, England, and the United States. Mm. Where is the United States? And the United States. Paragraph. Experts dubbed the critters. Experts dubbed the critters Humania scansoria. Uh, Scientists dubbed the critters Emaya scansoria. Emaya is spelled Emaya is spelled Omaia. Emaya scansoria. Scansoria spelled Scansorin. Dash. Two Greek words that mean ancient mother. That means ancient mother. So Emaria scansoria means ancient mother. According to experts, the rodents were the world's first placental mammals, in inverted commas, which means they nurtured their babies before with the way humans still do before. They nurtured their babies before birth. Oh, sorry. They nurtured their babies before birth the way humans still do. Full stop. Or colon, rather. By using a placenta to pass food, oxygen, and means of waste disposal to the fetus. Full stop. Paragraph. Its survival as a species led directly to the evolution of other placental mammals, including humans. Full stop. Equally amazing, the ancient rats appear to have had a disproportionately large skull and brain, indicating what Dr. Shaolin calls keen and unrelenting intelligence, which is unparalleled in the animal kingdom. Next story. Two-headed man runs for mayor against himself. I don't know. Huh? Two-headed man runs for mayor against himself. That's the two-headed man there. Okay, let's take note of the other picture behind. I don't know if that's out of a cat or what, because we'll go there. Okay, two-headed man runs for a mayor against himself. Mhm. Uh, the Kekna boys on the campaign trail in native dress led the Honson, and the bizarre campaign has been fought. I think that's it. And the bizarre campaign has been fraught with dirty tricks, manslinging, name calling, freak of nature candidates, freak of nature candidates Max and Michael Kecker, 48, have have already. Have already. Okay. One or dots. Point one. Spat in each other's faces on live TV. Spat on each other's faces on live TV. Joked each other until they turned blue at a meet the candidates luncheon. So maybe I think the two heads are, you know, communicating with each other or playing with each other. I don't know. Mhm. Okay. Stuck out their tongues, comma, picked at their noses as their noses, conf- comforted their noses, contorted their faces, broke wind, belched and made crude comments, while the opposition head talked with supporters and gave speeches. So you just take the title into consideration. That's what I'm considering. Two-headed man runs for mayor against himself. So that's the two heads. That's I don't know how to describe it. Huh? Let's say two heads. Two heads headed. Two heads ran for a campaign. Two heads. Let me put it that way. Two heads ran for a campaign against each other, and the two heads are mounted on one torso. Okay, let's see. Stuck out their tongues. I will run that. Talk with supporters and give. Okay. Fourth point. Blabs blabbed intimate and embarrassing secrets about each other's sex lives and bathroom habits, with Max claiming Nicholas never washes our hands after going to the next room. So the heads are called Max and Nicholas. Mm. So with Max claiming Nicholas never washes our hands after going to the restroom, and Nicholas alleging that Max indiscriminate and roving eye has us chasing ladies and men. Oh my God. Eh? Funny and serious at the same time. Mhm. Okay. Next paragraph. And that's not all. And that's not all. Uh, in one stunning incident, Max pulled down their pants while Nick's glad glad-handed supporters at a fundraiser. Full stop. In another, Nicholas goosed their bottom. There in inverted commas. Nicholas goosed their bottom while Max kissed a baby, causing him to shriek, which made the kid cry. Hmm. So I don't know how to describe them, whether it's one person or two persons. Hmm? Okay, paragraph. The free for all has left some political observers wondering if either of the Kekna boys, as people call the two-headed politically hopeful, is capable of leading Hersfeld, Germany, into the 21st century. Full stop. Sorry for bad reading. My opponent is a liar and a creep. Nicholas fumed. Fumed during a town meeting attended by 900 citizens and 60 reporters, many of them in town to cover the bizarre story for media outlets as far away as London and New York. Full stop. railed. Max railed in reply. I refuse to be dragged down to this man's level. I refuse to be dragged down to this man's level. Full stop. Prior to throwing Prior to throwing their hats into the ring, the Row Battling Boys were widely admired for their dogged determination to lead normal lives. Full stop. Even though they share a body, they've successfully pursued their own lives and careers. Full stop. By day, Max teaches high school history. By night, Nicholas manages a popular cafe shop. Oh, they should be very tired. Huh? There was no rest. Hmm? Oh my God. And how did they sleep? Okay. While Max decided to run for mayor, he was considered a shoe-in to win. A shoe-in to win the upcoming special election because nobody else expressed any interest in running for the office left vacant after the death of ex-mayor Herman Wolf. Herman Wolf. Full stop. Then Nicholas had a change of heart. I got tired of hearting. I got tired of hearing Max talking about all the things he wanted to fix. He explains. Max wants to recruit an industry. to build the tax base. Full stop. I worry about the impact on the environment. Paragraph. With the election last week's with the election just weeks away, polls show the Kirkness are locked in a virtual dead heat. Dead heat. Into brackets. This is as much excitement as we've been here in in a long time, as we've been here in a long time. As we have seen here. Sorry, let me take it again. This is as much excitement as we've seen here in long time. Observers, Patricia at 76. So you can see the drawings of the evolution of man. Eh? Whether from monkey or from right, I don't know. Okay. Next story. World's fattest cat. That's the cat here. World's fattest cat. Let's see. A flabby feline named Tonya is the fattest cat on earth, and if you can guess her weight, expect a surprise. The type of large Fabi tips the scale at hooves. We almost gave it away. Just take a look at what the Pudgy Pass eats on a typical day. Breakfast for the cat. Breakfast. A gallon of milk or buttermilk and a quart of sweet cream. Lunch. 12 jumbo weenies steamed in beer, a pound of fish, a pound of a pound of fresh fish, boiled, one medium-sized can of canned turkey or beef, or alternatively a tin of sardines. I don't know what size this tin of sardines is. Two. Oh, dinner. Sorry, dinner. We've done breakfast, we've done lunch. We're now going to dinner. Dinner. 2 pounds of ground round patties, uh, topped with cheddar or Swiss cheese or canned mushrooms. A half loaf of French bread, heavily buttered. And that's not all. When Titanic 10-year-old Tonya isn't bellying up to a full meal, she's snacking to beat the band, usually on her favorite treats. Dash chunks of sticky salami, pickled pig's feet, and pork rinds. Paragraph. It's little wonder that Tonya dwarfs ordinary cats, which weigh on average just 8 pounds. Her waist measures a mind-twisting man-size 33 inches. She isn't one to miss too many meals, jokes her master. She isn't one to miss too many meals, jokes her master, Ben and Mary Cregan of Cape Town, South Africa. The couple admits they let Tonya grow her weight around. The couple admits they let Tonya throw her weight around when it comes to meals. She's, she, She's like a child to us, very spoiled, says Gregion, says Kegon, says Keaton, a plumbing contractor. Yet, full stop, yet incredibly, the pet owner insists his high living fat cat is not really a glutton. We cook we cook for her because she's so fuzzy. He explained. She turns up her nose at cat food. She turns up her nose at cat food. If we don't feed her human foods, she wouldn't survive. Mm. She turns up her nose at cat food. If we don't feed her human food, she wouldn't survive. Mm. Paragraph. Although Blabbertonia is able to waddle from room to room, the roly-poly rascal doesn't waste time chasing mice or climbing trees. She prefers to drag her choco. Sorry, sorry for blabbering that. Finish sleeping. Let's see. Okay, let me just try to finish this. She prefers to drag her chunky caboose to a comfy sleeping spot and spend most of the day napping there. Paragraph. Recently, a veterinarian told the Croutons that obesity would cost the colossal cat her life, but they declined to put the fat animal on a diet. We think her happiness is more important than anything, says Mary. What good is your life if you don't enjoy it? I know she'd be unhappy without her food. Mhm. She'd be unhappy without her food. While Tunya is considered to be the world's fattest living cat, she isn't the heaviest ever. That title belongs to a round rodent to a that title belongs to a round rodent dash chaser named Himi, owned by Thomas Visse. I don't know how to call it. It's a VYSC, owned by Thomas Visse Red Red Lynch, uh, owned by Thomas Visse of Red Lynch, Australia. When he croaked at the age of 10 in 1986, he weighed a mind-boggling 46 pounds, 15 ounces. His neck measured a Mike Tyson-like 15 inches, and his waist was the same size as Tonya's, 33 inches. So this cat was heavier than Tonya. Mhm. I think we end here, and next time we'll go to snakes, page 3. Snakes vulture attack pastor. So I have to apologize for bad reading. I think I haven't had enough rest. Anyway, I'll end here. I apologize again. Let's call it a day. And may God be with you. Thank you very much. Ila lekai.